Welcome back to Ikigai, living, finding your Ikigai and living your purpose. So, again, if you're joining us for the first time, my name is Jazz, and I lead on the wellness pillar, and I'm here to help transform and help you grow together as a community. So, last week, just a little bit of a recap, we touched on if you have uh, at times it's hard to get out of bed, feel that sense of emptiness, or need that motivation, and are looking for something that lasts. One of the wonderful ways we are exploring in this series is through finding our ikigai. And that will get out of the bed, that will make us smile, that be ready for the day, feel grateful, fulfilled. And it will be our lasting motivation, plus the big reason we all want to be happy. And that's what Ikigai is about, is living long and being happy. So we talked about three keys of success as a reminder. One is that the secret of people that live long and are happy is that they're active, not necessarily exercise most, but they are active. They're doing things. Uh, Second, they eat right. And third, they know their purpose. They know their ikigai. They follow it. They live it. And that's what we are all going to work on. So the quote I have for us from that is that the happiest people are not the ones who achieve the most. They are the ones who spend more time than others in a state of flow. And I'm sure each one of you, if you think about it, you can remember a time when you were working late and the time stopped and you were in a flow and you felt good. And that's what this is about. So we touched on what is Ikigai. It's a reason for being it. It's a sense of purpose. And then we touched in the middle about often in the West, the way Ikigai has become popular is using these Venn diagrams, even though in the East in Japan, that's not how they see it. But I think it's useful for our purposes, especially in professional settings. So we'll sort of follow this model. We did a wonderful exercise last week. Again, if you stood up through all the four questions that we talked about, congratulations, you know your ikigai. Please do share with us if that's the case. If not, even whatever you know today is your ikigai, your purpose, share that. Let's start with that. Last week we spent time on what do you love, and many of you shared in the chat. Today we'll be doing the number two, which is what are you good at? So with that, the next quote I have for us today is that prioritize that which produces luminosity within your soul. That makes you smile, right? It lights you up. And that is the pathway on which superachievers and heroic icons are born. So, what are you good at? So, we'll do this exercise both in a more writing style as well as in a reflection. So, here are some guidelines. As you ask yourself this question, the first one is that in many cultures, or through parenting, or through simply your personality, it may not be easy for you to answer. So, if that's the case, take time, have compassion, and work through the process. A few other tips to help you work through it. This is that what you are good at, you may not necessarily enjoy them. And an example of that is if something takes a lot of energy, right? It could be PowerPoints, it could be presenting, it could be, writing. You may be very good at it. It takes a lot of effort. So in that case, still write it out. But one of the things that you can do is give it on a scale of 1 to 10, how much you're good at or how much energy it takes. And later on, in many weeks, a few weeks later, we'll use those numbers as a way to kind of move those notes around. Then the next is that as you are thinking about this, right, think about what are the things that put your body in ease, right? That flow that I touched on earlier, versus it's dreadful, it takes out energy, right? Versus it lights you up. It brings the best out of you. So again, those could be as you think about times in your life when you enjoy, you're looking for those things. Next is think about your skills, think about your abilities. And also in this, you may not have done some of these things in a long time. So hopefully the reflection go deeper, maybe in your childhood, maybe in your college, maybe a long, long time ago. But see again if you can connect with those feelings. And lastly, if you're still not sure or still as an extra exercise worthwhile doing is ask others what they think about, what you're good at. And with that, also, I think another way you can think of is what others may have praised you for, right, at one point or another. So again, we'll do this in a reflection. We'll go deeper, but the tip here is just write and keep writing, keep adding the words. And if you really want to get something out of it, go deeper than just the few things that will come up on the surface. So if you have your notebook, journal, diary, or even a piece of paper, highly, highly encourage you to do so if you haven't. Last week, we talked about what do you love? And here's one way of doing it, right? Divide up into four categories and start writing it every week. And this will start to come together in week 5, 6, 7. You'll see how this works. The second way is you can use a more digital form. I'll share a link to a Miro board that you can duplicate and simply start putting the things on stickies. And again, in later weeks, we'll sort of bring those stickies, move them around, and put them in different categories. So last week, if you attended, we talked about what do you love? Do you love to create, to build, to connect, to learn, to teach, to provide, heal, nourish, explore, or inspire others? And today, to give you some ideas, see if any of these words resonate with you. Are you good at solutioning, problem solving, perhaps strategy, vision? Are you good at storytelling? Are you good at legal documents, writing SOWs, editing them, getting them through the process? Maybe standard operating procedures. Are you good at leading? Are you perhaps good at accounting or numbers? You can make sense of data. You can look at them. You have the ability to put them and share the results and sharing the insights. Perhaps you are good at listening. And further, you can relate, and then you're able to comfort others. Perhaps you are able to inspire others. Perhaps you're a good speaker, you're articulate, you prepare, maybe you work hard, maybe you're a natural presenter. Whichever those are the things that you want to start writing them down. Okay, so let's note those down. Let's take 30 seconds. Write any words that are coming up. And again, don't overthink. Think of any memories that come up. Think of compliments that others have given you, these words or any other words, and we'll work and go deeper. All right. So the second thing that we'll work on is I've talked about 10 rules of Ikigai. Last week, we talked about staying active. And again, staying active simply from the Japanese video that we watched was that they get up in the morning and they're ready to go in field, even though they have retired, to go in the community, to do things. So today, the second one that we're talking about is taking it slow. And I'm sure we all can relate to times when we were going 1,000 miles an hour, right? There was emails, there was presentation, maybe there was travel going on, maybe there was, you got to do this, I got to do that at work and at home and at weekend and if we step back, right? If we step back and think about it, wonderful two tips here is being in hurry is actually inversely proportional to the quality of life. And as the old saying goes, walk slowly and you will actually go farther. So when we leave the urgency behind um, in life, and then life can take on new meanings. And a simple way is we have talked about eating, mindfully eating, being present with our kids, family, or coworkers, and something as simple as, again, a conversation can be so much more meaningful. The next one is that if you're in a hurry, it incites that you are not in control, right? And that stress that comes from like running, running, running. So again, slow down, especially if you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling stressful, take a break, take a pause. We have touched on it many times. Then you're more mindful of your decisions, you're more in control, or simply center yourself and then do whatever you're doing. All right, so with that, let's do a little reflection exercise. I invite you to now settle. If it helps, sit back in your chair and let's bring our attention, our awareness to our body, starting with breathing. Something that's naturally always going on. Nothing to do, simply observe however your body is breathing in this moment. See if you can perhaps simply feel your body expand and contract. Where can you notice that? Is it your upper part, lungs, or perhaps all the way down midpoint or belly? Perhaps you can notice the air going in and out. And now let's slightly lean forward, sit taller. And let's start a visualization. And go back into your memories. One day ago, a week ago, 6 months ago, or many, many years ago. And ask yourself this question: what am I good at? And just simply see what words come up without overthinking. What am I good at? And here are some leading questions to help you further. What do people approach you for help with? What skills do you list on your resume or LinkedIn or in your bio? Have you ever won an award or praised for something or complimented for something? What was that? Next, what parts of your current job come easy? Something that you can do for hours and hours. You can be in a flow. And similarly, there could be parts of your job that you're good at, but you may not enjoy them the most, and that's fine too. Still think about those still be ready to write them out. It takes a lot of energy, but you are good at it, or you can be good at it. What do you excel at, even when you're not trying? Maybe you don't have to work hard. It's natural for you. And then, is there something that you would like to be good at? Maybe at one time you had tried it. Maybe you had seen someone else do it. And again, if you had time, money, resources, or someone to help you, maybe it's related to whatever you're doing today. Like for me, it's AI. Something we all will have to learn. Doesn't mean you have to be an expert at what you're good at. It could be things that you will evolve, things you will learn. See if something comes up for you. And with that, with those thoughts, with those images, memories, let's take our time, come back, move our body, our fingers, bring our palms together, rub them, put them over our eyes, our face. See if you can connect with a smile. Hopefully you connected with something that's good in you, something that you're good and proud of. Give yourself a hug, give yourself a pat, or just imagine someone else is giving you compliments and a pat on your back. And with that, what I would like to leave you with next is 3 things again. Take it easy. That was the message from our 10 rules of Ikigai. Slow down. When you find yourself rushing through, pause, breathe, reduce that stress, reduce that anxiety. Number 2, again, eat right. Make the right choices. Everything is a choice. Mindfully eat. And remember, filling your belly 80%. Just even though you can eat those 2, 3, 4 bites more, stop. And keep thinking about what are you good at. If you're still not sure, look for signs when people are saying thank you. When you just were in a meeting and you said something or you presented. And with that, we'll continue to work next week. Again, I'll share some links with you and start your journey, stay on your journey, evolve the Ikigai. And if you have found it, live it every day. So with that, if you need to drop, do so. We'll do a couple of little bit more stretching now. So last week from the Qigong exercises, we had done number 2 and 3. Today, it's time to move. We will do number 4 and 5. I invite you to join me. Let's stand up, find a nice standing posture. Let's move left to right. So last week we did number 2 and 3. Number 1, by the way, is moving your neck. Number 2 is Tai Chi opening. Right. Number 3 is, again, moving your arms up, gathering the chi and bringing it to you. And today, number 4 is we bend our knees, we bring our palms up. Imagine if you're hugging someone or hugging a tree. And breathing in, we expand. Breathing out, we return back. Let's do it 2 more times. Breathing slower, deeper. Breathing out slower and letting go. Taking your time. Pausing and returning back. Let's take a pause. And number 5, let's again bring our palms in front of us as if hugging. And let's turn to either side. Breathing in, breathing out to the other side. Feel that twist. Feel the muscles stretch in your obliques on your sides. A few minutes of stretching for your health, for your long and happy, active lifestyle. And let's relax. Let's do a little bit of tapping to again wake up our body for this wonderful Monday morning. Flat palm or a fist, start from your fingers, tapping. Arms, shoulders, triceps, other arm. And do less, do more, do lighter, do heavier, whatever feels right for your body. Skip if you need to. Knowing intuitively you are waking up your body, your cells, getting the energy to flow, opening up the blockages. Instead of paying somebody for hundreds of dollars to do acupoints, massage, you are able to yourself. All right, so that's 3 times upper body. Let's do 1 time lower body. Starting from your lower back, massage your lower back. Lightly tap around the waist, down towards the top of the knee. Below the knee on the outside, if you're comfortable, continue down towards outside of the ankles, inside of the ankles, and slowly come back up. Ending on your stomach, chest, shoulder, whatever feels good. And with that, let's lastly kind of shake it off. Arms up and down. Or breathing in, going down, taking it up, and let it go. With that, again, rub your palms, feel the warmth, feel energized, refreshed, put it over your face. Take a moment to center yourself, your palms together. Grateful and ready for the day. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you Wednesday or next week.